I got there. Never been outside the U.S. like in my life, you know, San Diego kid, right? And my eyes kind of opened up. I'm like, I'm in a place, I'm on a base in a foreign country. It's not the richest country in the world during that time, and nobody speaks English. I'm like, how am I going to get through this, right? I'm a year, you know, your assignment there is a year, but a year is a long time when you're in this foreign place and you can't get around so easy. So I finished off my commitment, first commitment there, and I decided to sign on to stay longer because they were offering people bonuses to continue their assignments, you know, especially in Korea because nobody wanted to be there. But I was good at what I did, and I was able to became a crew chief for the brigade commander. I was just personal assignment to him. I took care of his helicopter, made everything was right for him. And he came to me and he said, "What is it going to get you to stay?" He goes, "I'm here for 3 years." I said, "Give me a car, let me live outside, and let me have some independence, right?" So I was able to work a deal with him to be able to give me these things. And I was at the end of that time, I was approaching the end of my commitment in the Army, and I had to make some changes. But while I was there, I started to broaden my horizon. I went outside, and I went to places, you know, within the country that didn't have, you know, there wasn't Americans around, and I got to talking to people. I decided to learn the language, right? And it's pretty amazing what the human mind can do when you don't have the crutch of people speaking broken English, or you need to eat, or you need to get around. I mean, you learn things pretty quickly. So I started to learn the Korean language, and I became pretty good at it, about elementary level. And I took that, you know, with me. And I went to go see the career counselor in the Army. He says, "We got a deal for you. We know at one time that you wanted to be in military intelligence. It was one of your options. We can make you a linguist." I was like, wow, linguist, wow, this is... But again, it's going to be another 4 years. And he goes, "I got an even better deal for you. We'll give you $80,000 if you sign up and be a linguist." But it came with that same, you know, scenario as if you don't make it, you not only have to pay the money that they give you up front. I think it was like 40 grand up front they give you, and then over the 4 years they give the rest to you. And I decided that, nope, I'm not going to do it. So I took my military experience and training, and I got hired on as a technical advisor for one of the governments. And that's where I started kind of my world travels. Spent time in Asia, and then, you know, started, you know, making some trips into the Middle East, and I got hired with different governments over there. And I saw a whole new side, and, you know, my experiences with the world and interacting like with people and seeing all of the geopolitical stuff that, you know, I was never exposed to. And it was great money, right? It was, you know, the war was going on. Everybody needed, you know, all these countries needed, you know, people with my skill set, and life was good, right? I think in the military, I got out, I think I was making about $22,000 a year. And when my first assignment as a technical advisor, I think I was making $100,000. So it made, from that point on, $22,000 a year. I was making $100,000 a year, just, you know, working in these different countries, tax-free. So I'm living a good life, young and having fun, but at some point I was like, I needed to finish my education. And after, several years of doing that, I decided, to go back to school. And I got married. I had 2 kids, but I needed to go to school because otherwise I would be in that line of work forever, and it would never end. There's no security in it, right? None at all. So I decided to go back to school, and I got my first degree. I did an associate's degree in business administration. Went back after that and went right into a computer science degree. And I was like, I'm going to get out of aviation completely. I'm completely burnt out. I'm done with this. I want to try something new. I want to sit at the desk. I want to be safe. I don't want to get shot at or things blown up around me. None of that. So I did my computer science degree, and as crazy as it sounds, that was not the path that somebody had for me. I was made to be in aviation because as hard as I tried to get out of it, and the education that I sought was not related to it. And I started applying for jobs. I applied with the U.S. government. There was a few opportunities there. Nothing worked out. And then I applied for a job with the Boeing company where I work today. And I got picked up. And the first thing they did is they sent me back out on an international assignment because all my experience was international. And they sent me back to Korea, which I had been several years before. And again, I'm working with the government. And since then, I went on and I finished my master's degree in international business, and then did 1 year of my PhD in organizational leadership. But all of those setbacks and those experiences and those speed bumps in the road, it all boils down to what my parents had taught me. I mean, even as abusive as my mom was, and not having a father, not having a father there all the time, I didn't have money. I, was homeless. Nearly lost my life of bad decisions. It was those core values that I had learned from my mom and my grandfather, that anything is achievable with hard work, having a dream, having determination, and never giving up, right? No matter what's put in front of you. And that's kind of what brought me to where I am today, at least, career-wise. So to everybody that's watching this video, if you take away one thing, what I would tell you is never let any obstacles get in your way, and chase your dreams to the fullest extent. Never give up. When you get knocked down, pick yourself back up. When somebody says you can't, you look them in the eye and you say, I can and I will. And take that to the bank. Take that to whatever you're doing. I don't care if it's at work, if it's raising your kids, if it's in sports. Never give up, because that is one of the few things that people can never take from you. You can earn all the money in the world. You can acquire all of these things, nice cars, houses. But if you have drive, you have education, and you have a dream, you are one of the richest people around. And never let anyone take that